Divine greetings, beautiful kings and queens, friends and family. My name is Queen Aline, and I'm so happy to be here with you today to help you live your healthiest life. So, today I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks to help you on your journey to raw. Being raw vegan is the most amazing feeling in the world. It helps with weight loss. It helps improve the quality of your skin, overcome naturally diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, all the inflammation that's happening in the body. A lot of our problems come from the gut. So when we heal the gut, when we start filling ourselves with more natural living foods, juices, smoothies, salads, we naturally start to heal. So here are some tricks that have helped me on my journey. And remember that it is a journey. It's taken us a long time to adopt these habits, these addictions, perhaps, that we find ourselves in. So it's going to take some time to move out of them and to adopt better eating habits. So, first and foremost, have a lot of compassion for yourself, have a lot of love and patience with yourself, and just keep doing it, every day. Start by incorporating more living foods, more vibrant foods, more fruit especially. Our body thrives on the natural sugars of the fruit. Don't be scared of the fruit. The natural occurring glucose is exactly what we need to thrive. So that's my first tip, is to start incorporating more living foods. If you've never had salads in your day, start incorporating some salads. In the rising too, one of the best things that I can recommend is to practice some kind of intermittent fasting in the rising, because your body is still going through a detox from the night before. So give your body a chance to eliminate, to get the old waste out from the day before. You could sip on some water, put a little bit of lime or lemon in there. That helps the detox process. And start with a juice. Start with a natural fruit juice like pineapple, orange, apple, or a combination of these, for flooding your body with high quality nutrition and hydration. The most important thing is to stay hydrated. So a juice in the rising is my favorite thing in the world, and it sets me on a whole trajectory for the day to be raw, to stay raw, like get on that vibration of the healthy foods. You could also break fast with a juicy fruit like watermelon or orange or some berries, something like that. So those are really great ways to continue the elimination process and help your body to, have a healthy bowel movement. So next is move towards mucus-free foods. So if, let's say, you're coming from a very high processed, a lot of meat, a lot of dairy, sugar, artificial sugars, and fried foods, for example, diet, it's going to be hard, to go from one day to the next to go to all living foods. So enjoy the transition and start replacing the favorite foods that you might have had with some mucus free options, or mucusless as possible. So I love the mucusless diet healing system from Professor Arnold Ehret. He is an incredible teacher, and Professor Spira as well, who shares this incredible knowledge of the transition of foods that really help us to release mucus, parasites, and help us to transition to a more living foods lifestyle. So, what I was doing was really having a lot of steamed vegetables, right? Like, even if you have a big salad, you could have some steamed broccoli, for example, or some baked sweet potatoes, or some, steamed beets or cauliflower, some cauliflower rice, things like that, that would move us away from, the very acidifying grains, right? Like rice and wheat. All of the grains, in my opinion, aren't very good for us. So we definitely want to move towards a more whole food, plant-based lifestyle. Sprouted lentils are really excellent, or making like a vegetable soup, for example, are an excellent way to start having more, um, more nutrition and it's still cooked. So you're still having like that comfort, right? And moving towards a more living foods lifestyle. And, I just want to make this as a disclaimer that, being a raw foodist doesn't necessarily mean 100% raw. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on everybody's definition of it. But I think, if you're considering yourself a raw vegan, that means that, 80% or more of your lifestyle is raw. For some people, 100% raw is what works for them, it's what makes them feel the best. For others, being 80%, 85%, and sticking to mostly living foods and having a little bit of cooked foods is really beneficial for them. And you will see a lot of healing there. It might be for a period, it might be forever. So really trust yourself in your journey. And it's not so much about the labels, it's not so much about being perfect or being 100% necessarily. Do what feels right to you. Another powerful way, so this would be like, if we're thinking about long term and a slower transition, moving away from the cooked foods, the animal products, it could take many years, right? I've been on this journey for 10 years that I've been transitioning. Some people do it quicker, some people take more time. So just trust your journey and trust that, it is what it is. um, and even after, almost 3 years of being 100% raw, I've been experimenting with a little bit of cooked foods here and there, like a little bit of steamed broccoli, a little bit of baked potato. I actually mostly sweet potato. I have had some baked potato, but it doesn't really feel that great. I find it too starchy. But, in the 3 months past, I have even experimented with some rice and some pastas and tofu. I just kind of like wanted to go to those places without any judgment on myself. I'm just trying to see the effects and how my body would react. And so that really helped me to also recommit to the path of living foods because it was making me a little bit more tired. My digestion wasn't as good. I was seeing some, a little bit of anxiety creeping back in, some depression coming back in too. So sometimes we have to go through those periods as well to come back to the path, to come back to our commitment to the living foods, right? So I'm on this journey with you. I'm being very transparent and I'm here for you as well in your transition. If you need any support, reach out to me in private. I do offer private coaching. I offer 1 hour sessions and also a 3 month transformation program where it's like revolutionize your life, come into yourself. Let's do this together, like break through your self-limiting beliefs, all of the fears you may have around this lifestyle, learn about breath work as well to help calm the nervous system, connecting to nature, all these things. So I would love to support you on your journey if you feel called to get extra support, and having a mentor is everything. Another powerful way of transitioning is with a juice cleanse, right? So there's many different ways to get to raw. Some people will do mono fruit fasting for a little bit and then they'll completely transition to raw. Or some will take more time, or we could approach it with a juice cleanse. In my experience, after being, vegan for 7 years, really doing an extended juice cleanse was what clicked me into the raw food path. That was my journey. Even though I was transitioning slowly before that, I was having, cutting out the gluten, cutting out the artificial sugar. I already had cut out the coffee, all these things. I was still having some lingering food addictions, right? Like a little bit more like junk food vegan, like having some vegan, those burgers and those processed foods that I wanted to really come out of. So I jumped on a juice cleanse as soon as I heard about mucoid plaque. So mucoid plaque is this rubbery, old, thick fecal matter accumulated inside the digestive tract, right? And this has been there from years and years of eating processed foods, artificial foods, drinking alcohol, smoking, all these things. Our body just holds on to it. It can't process it. It can't push it out. So we accumulate this old waste and it constricts us. It really damages the gut microbiome. And not only that, but it keeps us in these loops of addiction, right? Because the gut is just like programmed to certain foods. So until we get this mucoid plaque out of the system, it's going to be extra hard to, fight those cravings. It can happen, but in my experience, a juice cleanse was really what set me on this new trajectory. I was going for 40 days. I had done 10 days in the past. I had done many 7-day juice cleanses, but I had never gone to 40 days. Not only did I do 40 days, but I kept on going because I was releasing so much waste. I didn't know I had so much in me. I didn't know it was possible to have so much waste inside. I lost 30 pounds and I wasn't that big, but I had a lot of internal waste that needed to come out. So I lost 30 pounds. I started feeling better. I started seeing clearer. So much old waste came out of me. It was unbelievable. And parasites too, that I continued till 113 days. 113 days, and I'm so proud of myself. And I couldn't have done it without the support of a community. I couldn't have done it without the support of a mentor and good friends all around me. So I can't, encourage you enough to get extra help, because once the cravings hit, once those moments hit, it's really good to have a community to go to reach out and let them know, hey, I'm struggling, hey, I'm having some problems. Just like overcoming addictions, just like overcoming drugs, alcohol, I have needed a lot of support. So that juice cleanse really did something. It really helped me heal my gut. And I have a video on this as well if you want to check it out. It's called How to Do a Juice Feast, and it's everything you need to know for an extended juice feast. And also, we are now offering a 10-day juice cleanse program called the Sweet Spot coming up January 1st. So if you're interested, I'm going to put the link in the description and in the comments. And we'd love to have you. It's my beautiful sister, Queen Jenny, and I who are doing this program. She has been juicing. She's currently juicing 248 days. She has lost over 150 pounds, I believe, 150 pounds. Unbelievable. She is on a really powerful healing journey. And she and I have come together to offer this to those who would like to cleanse, who would like to reset their gut microbiome and adopt healthier habits. So I definitely encourage you to join us. It's going to be a beautiful program. We had our first pilot program in November, and it was a huge success. We've had people that juice for extended periods of time. And we also offer modifications. So when we cleanse, sometimes maybe it's not so much about like, oh, I'll be 100% on the juices, but maybe, still having one meal a day, or doing, all juices and then having some fruit in the evening times. You're going to heal really deep, even if you do that. So juice cleansing with modification is absolutely a powerful way of transitioning to living foods and having a positive mindset, knowing that you have what it takes to overcome whatever cravings that may be surfacing. Journaling is a great way of doing that, expressing your emotions, really, putting it on paper, what's going on inside of you. And yeah, trusting yourself and knowing the power within, recognize how strong you are and feeling so proud for every little change that you make. Notice those changes and celebrate your wins, right? If you're having more fruit today, notice it and be like, wow, I'm doing so good. I had some fruit today, or I had a meal without any animal products. Notice those things and celebrate them. And you will continue to grow from that place of celebration, from that place of feeling joyful and proud of yourself. And you're going to continue to, you know, increase the amount of good things that you do for yourself. In the detox phase, it can happen that you might feel a little bit tired, a little bit nauseous sometimes. There may be some detox symptoms. You might experience a flu, some acne coming up, some even pain in the body. But just remember that sometimes it has to get worse before it gets better, right? Like this journey is not always an easy one, but I'm here to tell you that it's so worth it over time. It could take a few months. It could sometimes take a year, 2 years to fully feel really, really good on the living foods. So there's so much I could say about this, but be mindful of also certain food combinations. You want to help your digestive system to assimilate the foods properly. So like certain things like mixing fruit and nuts together, I would say no, because you're going to create some fermentation, you're going to create some indigestion, and you're going to think, oh no, the living foods don't work. This doesn't feel good. So I would keep those separate, right? Keep your fruits separate. You can mix them with leafy greens, with the salads. And again, it's not an exact science, but I have found in my experience, especially if the hydrochloric acid of the stomach isn't very strong, you're going to have a hard time breaking down all these foods together. So really, try to think of like bowel transit time, what's going to flow through the body easier, what's going to help your digestive system to release, that's the goal, is to release what's in there and to tune into more living foods. So those are the main ones that I could think about for the food combining, and also eat your melons on their own. So if you're going to eat melons, they digest so fast. So have the melons on their own on an empty stomach, preferably like in the rising would be ideal. Um, and yeah, I like to have my salads in the evening time. I find them more grounding. If I'm going to have some fat, seeds, and nuts, have them in the evening time. The cooked foods too, if you're going to incorporate some sweet potato, for example, or some steamed broccoli, have them in the evening time and make your whole day mostly raw. If you could stick to that, you're on your way to being raw vegan. You know what I mean? You're on the way to really fully like reaching your goals. If that's your goal, being high raw, being raw completely, like it is the ultimate way to be. I think it's the way that God intended us to eat. It's the return to the Garden of Eden, and when we follow this path, beautiful miracles start to happen in our life. We start to activate our higher consciousness. We tap into our divine purpose in life. We really connect with the most incredible people in the world that are on this path. Incredible things start to happen. I manifested a partner, manifesting like abundance in my life. I'm helping people now. And I was really in a dark, dark place before. Just a little story on me. I'm overcoming addictions to drugs, alcohol, depression. I was suicidal. I was bulimic, anorexic. I had a lot of different mental health issues that they told me I needed medication for. I did take a lot of medication for it. So I'm healing from a lot of gut damage from the antidepressants, from the antibiotics that I've taken early on in life, sleeping pills, anti-anxiety, you name it. These things really damage the gut. And the issue is not in the brain. The issue is in the gut. The issue is always in the body. So heal the body, heal the mind, right? I never thought I was going to be here today, making videos. It gave me so much anxiety before. I could not do this if it wasn't for the living foods. So 100% I attribute my spiritual ascension, my journey, my wanting to help other people, this amazing community that we created together. I launched a beautiful community called Kings and Queens of Raw with the support of all my friends who I really saw needed some support, some help in doing this. So beautiful things come from us tapping into our divinity within. And I'm so happy to share this with you. If you have other tips that you could think of, drop them in the comments below. I would love to make more videos about this to help you to transition, either transition slowly, incorporating more living foods. Read Arnold Ehret's Mucusless Diet Healing System. Check out Dr. Sebi. Oh, herbs as well. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't think of herbs, but herbs can really help to detoxify the body. Dr. Sebi talks about the herbs, how being so beneficial in rebuilding the gut microbiome and the flora, and like really the gut bacteria has been damaged by all the substances that we've put. So we need to repopulate with healthy gut bacteria. And this is what the herbs they do, right? And also to pull out the poisons, pull out the toxins from all the agrochemicals and the food supply that we eat. The environment that we live in is not clean, unfortunately, unless we're living like in the tropics and we're eating organic food from our garden. Our soil has been depleted. So these herbs help to come and regenerate our internal garden as well. If you're interested in learning more about herbs, reach out to me. My partner in Belize has the most amazing herbs. He does these beautiful programs for women, like women's balance, men's health, like stomach purge, gut flush, everything. And he's been studying with herbalists in Belize for many, many years. And he is passing on this knowledge, and he's been helping people to overcome diabetes, even cancers, high blood pressure, arthritis, you name it, with the help of living foods and the herbs as well. So if you're interested in that, I have found them to help me a lot in transitioning. And even now, I My digestion has never been better. Even as a raw vegan, I really needed the herbs to help me with my digestion. So reach out to me. His company is called Healing Origins. He's in Belize. He's got a Facebook page, and he would love to hear from you as well. So, what else? They act as probiotics and prebiotics. So you could, take prebiotics and probiotics, or you could put the herbs in you, and that's how they act as to help to cleanse the system. So thank you so much for watching. It was a pleasure to be here with you. If you have any ideas on, how to go raw vegan, what's been your experience, let me know in the comments. Reach out to me, raw vegan queen Aline at gmail.com, or our website is kingsandqueensofraw.com to join our 10-day juice cleanse coming up January 1st, 2023. We'd love to have you with us. I am sending you all my love. I will see you on the next one. Take care.